Okay, I'm going to show you this video because these GMC Envoys, and I think Jimmy's, and there's some other cars this falls in line with, same kind of body style. This is like a little, whatever you call it, SUV. The problem is you get it flat, you need to get your spare down, you get your tools out, you find the hole, you find the nut. It's kind of a weird angle, it's a 45-degree angle. It's a little bit off to the side. You start spinning it. You look down, you feel the wheel, and it's starting to come down. It only comes down about this far, and it stops. And then you look down, and your cable is coming out of the bottom like this. So you're going, what the heck? You spin, the cable comes down. But this mechanism is still up in there holding the tire way up off the ground. What happens is, there's a safety mechanism here. So in case this cable frayed away or rusted away or whatever, they don't want your tire falling down and bouncing down the road. So this safety mechanism is made. There's a tube up in here, a hole like this, that this thing is in. It goes up in, and the safety mechanism hangs onto the edge of it like this. And that way it holds your tire up in case this cable fails. But what happened, this mechanism is also supposed to, the weight of that tire on here is supposed to let this free, like this. And then it comes down, see? But oftentimes that doesn't work. I'll tell you how to fix that in a minute. But right now, you're on the side of the road. How do we get this tire down? So what you need to do is get something to hold the tire up, like a jack, a couple of pieces of wood. I had a safety, what do you call it, a ratchet strap. I put a ratchet strap under the tire to hold the tire up so I could get this to start coming down. And then this ratchet strap held the tire up. And now this was all kind of loose, but it's still in that hole. I couldn't... and you got to reach up through that hole. You got to reach your fingers up in here, and you can spin this around by now because you got all the weight off this part. You need to find this part with the two. You won't be able to get up to here, but you'll be able to reach, like this thing that is protruding. Kind of would feel like the one you want to push on, but it's not. You want to find this right here, and when you find it and push on it with your finger, watch. See, that pushes, and all of a sudden it comes down. Oh, cool. So now you got this out of the hole. You got to raise your cable up to where it's about, close. But you don't want this to snap back in the hole. And then now you've got to release your ratchet strap or your stumps of wood or your jack, whatever. And now you let the tire sit on here. And then you go back to cranking down on this, and your tire comes down. Well, that's a pain in the ass. And it's such a bad problem, it's in the manual on, hey, if you're on the side of the road and you're trying to lower your tire and it doesn't come down, it says to put something under it, like a jack or a stump, like I said, and then it kind of tells you how to do this. But it's weird. Right now it's not pushing in, so it's got to be turned a certain way too, I guess. There it is. Oh, that's really weird. I didn't know that part. No wonder I couldn't get it yesterday for a while. I was sure I was on it, but I couldn't get to press in. Anyway, okay, that's how you get the tire down. Now, do you want to fix this so that never happens to you again? Here's the fix. Yeah, take this apart. See, I had lubed all this. I had worked. I've tried this a few times. It's this piece right here. This piece needs to be able to move separately of this piece. Okay, when I looked at this yesterday, it looked like one solid color of rust and nastiness. And I couldn't even turn this like that with pliers. I had to put vice grips on it, and I had to finally break it loose so I could at least turn it. But it needs to go in and out a little bit. I don't know if you can see that, but it's moving in and out. I would say 1/8 of an inch, maybe 3/16. See that? If it doesn't do that, your system won't work. So I had to wire brush and scrape and and wire brush some more and scrape some more and spray some oil on it and lube it. It took me a while to do it because it's kind of hard to scrape because it spins. Well, once it starts spinning. But anyway, you get that moving and loosened up, and now my system works. So now when I go to drop my tire, the weight of the tire, I guess because that thing moves, the weight of the tire pushes that in, and out comes the tire, baby. So there's your two fixes. There's your roadside fix to get it down, and then the next day in the shop, you want to take this out, lower this cable all the way, so you're doing this stuff out here and not under there. This is why I'm doing this like this. But yeah, because this cable can move in and out. I think there's a spring on there that holds this thing in, because I can't pull it out any further than that. And then sometimes when you let go, it just kind of pops back in there. Or it pops back in there when the cable comes back up. But anyway, there you go. Hope this helps somebody. Cheers. Scuba out.